Hello, everybody. We're going to get started here shortly. I'm just sharing things out here for the live show. If you're catching this as a replay, you're going to want to go to the comments and look for the timestamps. Please be patient because it takes a moment for me to post them after the live show. All right? We'll be there shortly.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Tanya, and we are here for another edition of All Signs. For those of you who are new, welcome. Say hello. Don't be shy. And for my regulars, hello. How are you? We are not just on here on YouTube. We are also over on Twitch and Facebook too. So say hello, whether you're here live or for the replay. We're going to get started here shortly. I did start a couple minutes early. I did. I absolutely did. I was ready to go. I was set up for the change. Usually I'm a little late. But tonight I am early. But we're going to get started here. A reminder that tonight is the general readings for September predictions. The general readings is a catch-all for any kind of topic. We don't know what the cards are going to unfold. If you're specifically looking for love readings and targeted on a specific person, I cannot guarantee that tonight. Sometimes it comes on. Sometimes it comes up, but not all the time. Sometimes it's other relationships that come in there. So I do recommend you guys look at the love readings that I have scheduled out. I just did the All Sign Singles for September. That was on Monday evening. So that replay is available. And we have, for those of you who are dealing with a specific person, that's Friday night. So those will be the Friday night lives. Right on time. Well, that's good. Because I mean, I was setting up, but I was still a little early. That's still a little early. Usually I'm a couple minutes late because I'm setting up and so forth. But I was ready to go tonight. Tonight I was just ready. I was ready. All right. So for those of you on YouTube, You can see that there's a goal going on. That is our typical collective bonus goal. What does that mean? If we reach 5 donations, whether that's super chats, jewels, gifts, memberships, any of that, if we get at least 5 separate ones, then we will unlock the collective bonus. And that's basically the fated dice. And we never know what's going to happen here with the fated dice because we roll it a couple of times. So you could get bonus readings here as well. We start off with the birthday sign, which means we start off with Virgo. Happy birthday out there, Virgos. Virgos, hopefully you saw your bonus reading because your bonus reading was yesterday. If you missed it, make sure you check it out. That was yesterday. That's on the it's on the September playlist since it's for September. But also your guys' cycle reading was released on the membership over the weekend too as well. So make sure you check out. You got 2 readings because it's your birthday season. It just simply is. So let's get started. All right, let's get started here. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant master spirit. If we can hone in to the collective, whether they're here for the live or the replay. What's going on here for Virgo for the month of September? Here we go. Shame and guilt. Feel them without judgment. Mistakes do not define your worth. Compassion and acceptance. This doesn't necessarily mean you have some shame and guilt going on with other individuals. There could be something here that you are upset with, maybe because you waited too long, or you're taking some kind of accountability. Maybe you're in the feels this month. But the whole point of this is to accept it for what it is and still have compassion. I feel like this is something internal here for you, Virgo. We'll see. Let's see how you're showing up. Let's see how you're showing up. I forgot to put the timestamp, so let me put something here so I don't forget. Remember, no reversals here on initial story play. How are you showing up for September? The 2 of Wands. Nice. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. So you're making a big decision this month. Maybe there's no regrets. There's something here regarding a new beginning. A chance here to not only, I don't know, it feels like an expansion is happening for you. Some of you may have some travel plans here coming up in September, but I feel like you're going after a goal, a desire, a dream. You're going after it. All right. What's the challenge here? The Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Honoring your emotions is one of the highest forms of self-care. I feel like there's something here, Virgo, that you're going after this month that not everyone will either be happy or this version of you is so new that you have to leave some people behind, okay? Or situations behind, or just an old version of you behind. And so there may be some emotions here of feeling into it, seeing how you can listen and understand. Some people may just say that they're disappointed, but it doesn't necessarily mean you need to take it personally. This is the challenge, is your emotions. Okay, there's something here that you're trying to manifest. I'm really focused on the word here, sea witch. I don't know, maybe you love being around water, the ocean. Maybe you consider yourself a little witchy. Could be that too. Could be. Let me move this so that you can see this a little bit better. Here we go. Now you can see it. No worries. Drive safe, Danny. All right. What's something that you don't see coming that's good? All right. It's actually good. All right. So there's something here about, look at this. It's another 2. It's the second 2 here. The 2 of Swords. Indecisive witch. Wake up. What is it that you truly want? Okay. So it's almost like as once you decide to go after something or go a specific direction this month for September, You may get a little bit worried about, sometimes we have the path that will fork out. You think it's a straight way and all of a sudden it's like, okay, now what? What's next? So this is something here where you may be a little bit fearful because once you've decided to do something and choose it, now there's a next step, and the next step makes you a little bit wary. But this is actually when the universe is supporting you the most. So pay attention and trust. All right, let's see what the heart of the matter is. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by these cards. Virgo, look at this, the Eight of Swords, your nerves. That's okay. There's going to be some self-doubt. There's going to be some insecurities, especially if you're showing up new, whether in a new position, whether this is a new job, whether this is a new relationship. There's nerves here, but you're flying high with that eagle, okay? There's the ability here to gain perspective. There's ability here to step up, step back if you need to, and reflect. But this is the matter of the heart. The heart's right in the middle here. Look at this, the Prince of Wands. Gosh, this is very exciting because some of you, this new venture is going to allow you to be for some of you, this is a new relationship and you're going to feel support again. This could also feel like a spark of creativity coming your way as well. Now, others of you, if this is not a specific relationship, you can find yourself in a position where you start feeling a little bit lighter, excited. Yes, it's taking you great courage to put yourself back out there. But again, you're on this road. You're on a road of some sort here. So you're traveling, okay? You're navigating something this month that feels like new territory to you. Yeah. And the Knight of Wands here is reverse, is just this reminder. Okay. Just this reminder that everybody who crosses your path, who wants to all of a sudden see your light, doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be there. So there may be points in your month here, Virgo, where you are seen and people are coming in and wanting some of that, but it doesn't necessarily mean they don't want to take it. So that could be the moments here of the crossroads of trusting. Are these individuals or opportunities I really want to take? Do they truly support what I absolutely want for this month? Or moving forward, we're pulling September's month, but moving forward here as well. So keep that in mind too. Let's see where your emotions are here. Look at that. Wow, it's a lot of swords, but you know what? 8, 9, 10. So there's something that's going to come up that you may be fearful of rejection, especially if this is a passion project, or if you're showing up in a new position or leadership role or job or work. This could be like uncertainty here of, if I mess up, will I be rejected? Am I going to screw this up so badly that it's going to bring all that self-doubt? Interesting. It's got those two X's here. Right. And I feel in the past, you've had we all have at one point, all of us, anyone can relate to this, is that when we get rejected, it doesn't feel that great. Right. But it does shape us to some extent, but it doesn't define who we are. And so there's something coming up this month here with this Two of Swords, where there's going to be an opportunity here that you're going to be a little bit uncertain and you're going to be drawing the line here. Whether this is someone here who's assisting or coming in really quickly, if this is romantically, it's love bombing, it's extra compliments, but something here doesn't quite feel right to you. And so you're wondering if you're just not used to this attention. Or is this something where you may feel a little bit fearful of being used? Could be that coming up as well. Hey, musician, Libra's coming up next. Yeah. Now, the greater opportunity here, or the external influences, is that there is one that is very compassionate and loving and sincere in what you truly want. But see this labyrinth? It's going to be up to you to unveil this. Okay. Now, some of you, you got your options between two, like those two roads, whether you stick with the regular plan or you realize that there might be something that is more lined up for you and a better opportunity that emotionally feels right to you. And you may switch gears. And that's okay if you do that. Again, this whole point of switching the path is for you to take ownership of it and feel great about it. If this is a relationship where it kind of starts off, you're like, oh, I'm excited and it's love bombing, but then there's another opportunity here to choose oneself. You may be doing that this month, choosing oneself or being open to something that is a little bit more, stable for you. Something feels uncomfortable about it. Let's see what this outcome and integration is. Look at that. It's not going to stop you. Okay. It's expansion. I do feel for a lot of you, this is an up level of some sort. Yes, we do have tests and obstacles that come away, but there is something here where you may be changing directions and it may be coming out of nowhere. Okay. It's like, woof. It's like, well, that's not exactly what I thought, but here I go. But it's not going to stop you for too long. Once you get this, you're going to truly go in what your heart desires. All right. Let's see what the final advice here is. And then we're going to pull, we're going to roll the dice here to see what archetype is here too for you. 3 of Cups. Yeah, this is about leaning on your support as well. The individuals here who have been there through thick and thin, lean on your coven. Absolutely. Okay. And there's just something here where these individuals actually, you know yourself best, but they actually know something regarding your past that might actually help you gain a different perception here. All right. Bring it in all together. And the 5 of Cups, spilled tea isn't the end of the world. This is also just showcasing a relationship or an opportunity here that you may feel guilty about rejecting or letting go. It doesn't feel that great to you, is because there's another opportunity here that it feels more aligned to you. So just know that you tried. It may not be exactly what you wanted, but at the same time, it is leading you to where you need to be. All right. We're going to roll the dice here. We're going to see which archetype is here for you. But also, these are your lucky numbers here for the month. These numbers may be significant for you. We have a 4 and a 2. So lots of 2s. So if you see a lot of 2s and 4s this month, but we also have 6 here too. And 6 is the mediator. This is the mediator here. All right. The mediator here is about accountability. It's about alignment and alchemizing. So if you feel drawn here to learn more about the mediator, just, you can find more of that over at the membership area. All right. That's what I got here for you, Virgo. If this resonated, just go ahead and hit like, comment below. And don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. Don't forget, you got your bonus reading too. All right. We're going to move on to Libra. Libra is next. Libra is next. You saw 444? That's awesome. Libra will be next, guys. Thanks, guys, for jumping on in. Don't be shy. Say hello if you're here. Reminder that we're starting in the order of the birthday sign and going down to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements, not just one, multitudes, and that these are general readings. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. Hey, Diana. Welcome. Don't forget, we got a goal going on YouTube. Thank you, Debbie, for starting us off. We are now 4 away from unlocking the goal of the collective bonus. Libra will be next. We're going to see what's in store here for Libra for September. These cards are a little bit bigger, so they take me a little bit longer to shuffle, but I'm doing it as quickly as I can. Just like to make sure that they're really shuffled. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, what's going on here for you in September? Face inner demons, Libra. Look at you. You almost look like you're sitting on the tower here. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. Transform, integrate. Well, the light nearby is you. The light is within you. That's what I just heard. The light is in with you. And you may not feel like you're a big deal, but it's not just a tower, it's a pedestal that I see here. So there's something here. Maybe you're an individual here who's afraid to be seen, afraid of your own successes, afraid of your own light. Maybe you're not used to that. Maybe you're not used to some kind of attention. Don't be afraid of the darkness. There's a light nearby, but there's something here about you being afraid to be seen as well. Let's see how you're showing up. Remember, no reversals on initial story play here. How are you showing up here? Well, there you are with the light. The Page of Wands. Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it'll be effortless. So there's something here that you're being asked to take a chance to step into. But there's a pause and reflection here too. This feels new. This feels like something you're doing new. All right. There's hesitation here. Just heard the song Rose, the Bette Midler version. I love that song. But there's something here that you're either mourning or in mourning with. All right. We'll see what the challenge is. Justice. Well, that's your card. Stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. As long as you remain accountable. As long as you remain authentic. And in reason here too. I also feel like there's something here about being reasonable, people pleaser. You know, the challenge here is that, you know, you try to be fair and just to everybody for the situations, but there's some things here that you may have to do that may kind of make you feel a little bit wary because you're choosing oneself. Yeah, you are. You're choosing oneself in some way. All right. Let's see what this is about. Oh boy. Do you wake up a lot at 3 a.m.? I feel like, you know, the witching hour, 9 of Swords. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. You're worried. Maybe you're afraid of rejection. Maybe you're fearing the worst case scenario of an outcome. You know, all I keep hearing is that you are worthy of this. Yet you are worried to put yourself back out there in some shape or form, however this may be. Maybe it's romantically. Maybe it is creatively. Maybe it is dreaming big. All right. Let's see what's in store for you for September. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by these. This is the challenge. Let's see what the heart of the matter is, the mind and the body here. Well, we have the 8 of Pentacles here reversed. Well, you can't keep putting your head down and keeping on one. I do feel like you're very busy this month. I do. But I also feel overworked and overzealous. It's almost like you feel like you have to keep performing. Maybe that's what it is. You feel like you have high standards, but I feel like these high standards are for oneself, not necessarily for other individuals. I mean, yeah, you may have expectations of others, but this feels like almost very close to burnout, you know, wanting to make everybody happy, trying to showcase up the best. Let's see what the mind and beliefs here are showing here for Libra. Yeah, be careful of burnout, Libra. You may be able to handle it all, but do you need to? Leo energy, okay? Prideful. I feel like I'm talking to a Libra here who's used to doing everything on their own, but there's something here coming up where it's becoming either too much or realizing that they should lean on support. be open to it. But it's hard to do that because I feel like you're really pushing forward. I just feel like you're really, really doing a lot this month. Look at that. 3 of Cups. Maybe trying to appease everybody, be happy. Now, some of the Libras have in September their birthday. Okay. Your birthday may be in September, but I feel like whatever these celebrations are coming up, it's you feeling torn about who to pick, who to choose, and where to be. But in the long run, all of these things would make you happy if you could do it all, but you can't because you're finding yourself very burnt out. Emotional heart space here. Look at this, 3 of Wands. Well, something's coming in here for you. Some of you, this is coming in through abundance or change. Now, this change here, you got 3s. You got a 3 here and you got a 3 here. Your numbers may be 3s. We'll see when we roll if you get a lot of 3s. But all your hard work is going to pay off, especially if you have a passion project or if you're trying to get noticed in any way. You're doing something here to be noticed. But at the same time, there's expansion here, and what you're about to receive is a harvest of some sort. And I like this because I feel like this support here comes in numbers. Individuals here, especially if you feel like you need to take a time out, need to take a break. You need to take a break to celebrate, Let's see the people and the environments here, the external influences around you. Ace of Pentacles, here you come. The support is coming whether you like it or not. There's a greater gift here to receive. And maybe that's what you're really nervous about. Maybe you're not used to that. Maybe this is a Libra here who's used to giving all the time. So that when you receive stuff, receive attention, receive a listening ear, receive help, receive support, receive a gift, maybe it makes you a little uncomfortable because you might feel like you have to pay it back because, you're trying to be fair. But there's something here about just accepting the love and the response of others. I also don't feel like you're going to be chasing anything this month. This is a month here where people come to you. But it may be, don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. It may be you fearing of that, fearful of it because you've been used before or taken advantage of before. But look at this. I like that the 9 of Swords came up again, but this time the web. So something's about to be broken. This could be realizing that there are connections or specific connection here that you were worried about at one point. There could be, I don't know, some of you a reconciliation. This could be also an apology. This could be individuals here who ease your mind, things that you may have been worried before with. But I don't feel like this is you. Look at all of these 3s. Really? Look at this. You got the aces. We have the 3 of Wands. We have this, and then we have those 9s. I just feel like you got a lot of good things coming your way, but you may be fearful of accepting the help or the gift. Advice for you with the situation. I knew it. There, I felt it. There's your card here. Venus energy here, but we have Taurus and Libra here too. There is beauty to be found in every experience. Whatever you've been in overdrive of or hyper vigilant on, it's going to be tested here this month. But be open to receive because you're going to get assistance. You're going to be help. You're going to get help. Now, not everybody's going to be having a baby this month, but this could be a dream, a desire, a new version of you. Yeah, and it could come in the King of Pentacles here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Thanks for supporting here. So you have someone here who's supporting you. It says, true success isn't just about money. It's about happiness too. You have an individual here who supports you, who's there by your side. This feels nice. It does feel like a good partnership here. Whether this is love or friendship or family member stepping in, you're going to feel a little loved here, Libra. Let's see what your lucky numbers are here for the month. Wow. Honestly, it comes all down to threes. But we have, look at all that. You're going to see a lot of threes, a lot of sixes. But all in all, here we have a 12, which basically is the best card out of them all. We have the initiator here, and the initiator here is Alice, a little bit kind of a version of Alice in Wonderland, but she's a badass because she's ready to go through a new portal, a new version, a new up level. And so you're in the midst here of going through a massive up level. Notice here that 12 becomes a 3 again. So look out for those 3s. The universe is with you, but you're being supported here. It's coming to you this month. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, you can always claim. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Scorpio is up next. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio is going to be up. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Two more shuffles. Half shuffles. All right, Scorpio, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio, what's going on in September for you? Self-compassion, embracing imperfections help you find strength, growth, mindset, resilience. Interesting. Either you're kind of in the opposite ends with another individual, or this is just having self-compassion for oneself, especially if this is like your inner child and your higher self. All right. Embracing imperfections. This is a month here for you to embrace imperfections. Let's see how you're showing up. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. How is Scorpio showing up for September? Well, you're showing up as the 7 of Pentacles. Nurture what you have and see how it grows and grows. So this may not feel like the most grandiose month for you, Scorpio. I do feel like you're busy. All right. You're paying attention to something that you're putting a lot of effort into. Some of you, this is a relationship. Some of you, this is a job. Some of you, this is just a goal. But, you know, you're not necessarily just sitting at home eating bonbons. This is not a month here of you doing that. I think that you're just trying to keep the pace. What's the challenge of this? Ten of Cups. Well, I also feel like this is a challenge because it's keeping you away from some of you, your loved ones, some of you, your friends, some of you, your community. It feels very work related, but this could also be you trying to carve out some time for yourself, you know, especially if it's like, you know, you're trying to balance a job, trying to balance family, you know, it's like, how do I carve it all? But the 10 of Cups says, okay, but sometimes it really is all about rainbows and smiles. But the challenge here is to have this time, you know, to be in those moments. I feel like there's a relationship here that may feel a little bit left out, you know, is asking for your attention this month. And some of you, that relationship that you might feel left out is your inner child is screaming to like have a play date, you know, have some fun. Can we go to the beach? See how the universe is supporting you here. Look at that. The 2 of Swords. This came out for another reading. I want to say it was with Virgo. Welcome back, Navaya. Wake up. What is that you truly want? There's something that you're afraid to let go of. Maybe it's an old dream. Maybe it's an old way. Maybe you find yourself going back to an old habit. But there's uncertainty here that if you truly, if you want this, you really got to go after it. But you're pausing, you're reflecting here. And there's just something here in this reflection that you may not want to look at. I don't know. I almost feel like an overlook. Do you truly want that? Do you truly desire that? For some of you, this could be, like I said, if this is a job that keeps you away from family, Scorpio, this could be, yeah, it's great to bank and make all the money to do stuff. But at the same time, if you can't enjoy it, is that really worth it? And so you may be contemplating here if it's really worth to put all of that energy into it when what truly makes you happy is this 10 of Cups. Let's see where your heart of the matter is here. Reversals are now up. Yeah, I feel like something has to be cut out. There's grief here because it's almost like you put a lot of time and effort into this. Whether you got this position, whether you've been working on oneself here, but it's like at the same time, this is what's important to you. You don't want to miss those moments. And there's something about these moments that are precious to you. Like I said, yes, exactly, Star Wars, an adult play day. It could be, but there's need here for play, enjoying life, not sitting in an office all day or not sitting in a relationship and, working all day. Or if you're doing something in the house all day, you never have time. If you're an entrepreneur, it's something here about, what can I cut out? What can I be very honest with me? Because I'm missing out on the things that are important to me. Honestly, this reminds me a little bit of my days when I was an event photographer. I missed a lot of family events being an event photographer, but lo and behold, I got hired for events, for family events like weddings and so forth to capture for other individuals. But when it came to capturing my own family and my desires, I sacrificed a lot. And so there's something here where I feel you're looking at the sacrifices as though, is this really worth it? Yeah. Something's changing here for you this month. All right. Some of you are choosing to slow down a little bit. Some of you, this could be a job change. Others of you, if it's not a job change or anything, it's, a need to take a break, a vacation, planning something, getting out of town could be that too. But you're open to receive. And I do feel like this is not just you alone. I think a lot of the people that you love are coming with you, spending time with. And like I said, if this is a Scorpio who's like, it's just me, you're spending time with oneself, something here that you want to do that is, just letting you loose. Maybe it's exploring, This is about your sovereignty, your independence, and your peace. This is what you've been striving for, is stability. But at the same time, it's like, how is it? I feel like it's almost like you want something to grow, whether this is a business, whether this is how you show up, a role. But whatever you want to grow, it's like, how do I want to also share this? The 9 of Pentacles is going towards the 10 of Pentacles, which is that home security and family and community. And it's almost like, well, I could be at peace, but I don't even have the time to presently enjoy what I have. So you realize you're missing out. And it's almost like you go from inside. Look at this. You go from inside to outside. And so there are some shifts that you are making about putting yourself out in a more grounded way, enjoying nature, hanging out with family and friends. I see you doing more of that this month, Scorpio. And emotional headspace here is the world reversed. You're putting something on pause. It's like maybe at one point that did need my attention, but is it really worth missing those moments? And so I think for a lot of you, you're putting something on pause. And I want to say it's for the family. And it's something you want to do. It's not saying that like you feel like you're making an ultimate sacrifice. you're more worried externally about missing this, enjoying life. Yeah, Knight of Swords. I got to cut something out. Doesn't mean that it's not ready for me now. I'm just going simply a different direction. And you are. I feel for some of you it's travel, but I also feel for some of you it's communication to let something go or put it on pause or say, you know what? I don't need to finish this right now. The outcome and integration here for this month is the King of Swords. You take accountability for it. You're very authentic. You're very truthful. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy here. Some of you are going to be having a conversation here, especially if this is work related, trying to create some space here for yourself. Being very mindful and detached, not taking it personally, but the higher perception here is this is important to you. These people or your time about enjoying it is important to you, and you're not doing enough of it. And so this month you're making some changes. That's what I see. Yeah, look at that. Five of Wands, a good coven lets every witch have a say. Not everyone's going to be happy, Spirit is saying, of course, especially if there's other people involved with this, but also how can you be present? And so Spirit's saying, you can hear other people out, but there's also room for negotiation here. Five of Wands doesn't have to be all about fighting. It could be about negotiation too, in a competitive way. It's like hear one another out because everybody's going to have a different perception. And then we have the moon here. It says taking time for deep self-reflection is essential. Spirit's just reminding you that, yes, it's great to be amongst community support, but also make sure that you are creating some space here for yourself. Pisces energy, and just lean into that. Lean into that. Trust your intuition. Always trust it. All right, let's see what your final numbers here are. What are Scorpio's lucky numbers here in a month? Wow, you got a lot of fives. Fives are change. So this is a massive change here, but you also got a 10. And, when you have a 10 here, it's basically the fates that are come in place. And the fates are, you signed up for this. You may have not realized this. But at the same time, you got to surrender to this. Everything will fall in place for what you need, but you're taking a pause out with something that you really wanted to keep at one point. But there's just something that emotionally is not fulfilling you anymore. So I do feel that you're stepping back, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this step back is keeping you out of where you're supposed to go. Remember, the fates are here to say that everything falls into place later down the road. All right. That's what I got here for you, Scorpio. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, you can always claim it. And we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Saggy is up. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus will be next. It's quiet tonight. It's hump day. I'm sure everybody's sad since we've lost Dolly, and today we lost, yesterday we also lost Tim Curry. It's been a crazy, weird energy week, hasn't it? I know. I'm so bummed. I'm bummed by both. Yep, that's right. We got the eclipse energy coming in. We most certainly do. All right, let's change the banners here and get to Sagittarius. Guys, we got a goal going on. I know there's it's a small crowd tonight, but we do have a goal going on here. So if we get 4 more donations, we will unlock that collective bonus here. All right, Saggy. Timestamp, yeah. Here we go. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Unseen patterns. Change your thoughts, change your life, beliefs, and reprogramming. Do you feel stuck? Is there something here where you're craving a move? It's like, I want to go. I'm ready to go. I feel like the Sagittarius feels like they're in a hurry. How are you showing up here? The 10 of Wands. Oh boy. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? I feel like you're afraid to let go of something that you're used to entertaining. Now, yes, this is the ultimate card here of baggage. But the thing is when you are at the point here of taking those actions, you realize you're carrying so much that it's slowing you down. And there's something here where you feel very sluggish or like it's holding you back. Now, some of you, this could be a relationship that's holding you back, you know? The challenge here, well, if you take on anything more, how are you going to be open with this? Look at that. This is a great opportunity. But how can you hold on to that when you got all of that? Some of you, you're afraid to let a person go, or you're in a comfort zone that you want to take it all with you. It's like there's no room for this. You're getting something that's way better, bigger. It's an upgrade. Sagittarius, this is an upgrade, and everybody's setting this card here as their support. There's something that is coming up for you this month, Sagittarius, where you may feel, oh, I can have that, or I can do that, but your hands are full. Your hands are tied is what I wanted to say. All right. See how you're walking into September. Reversals are now up. You know, some of you, whatever this offer may be, you may feel like you need more time. You're not ready for. Maybe you were anticipating to have everything be picture perfect, but this is coming in this month. And it is an opportunity, and it is something big, but it also is going to, some of you, it's a relocation. Some of you, this is a complete job change, meaning like it's a change of position. Others of you, if it's a relationship and you're waiting for somebody from the past to come back, this isn't a past person coming back. There's an opportunity here where someone really wants to get to know you, and you're kind of like on the fence because you got some past, actions here of another individual who really hasn't taken you off the market. But this is about balance. This is about justice, Libra energy. You have an individual here that is kind of being like, hey, I don't know. It's like you might have an opportunity that you don't want to pass up, but it's gonna, after it's almost like you take something to the plane, right, with luggage, and it weighs too much. Like there's a weight that you are holding on to that you can't take this in. And some of you, it is something to do with the past, and it's like you can't carry this into a new relationship. You got to have a fresh perspective of this, right? You can't start comparing this to an old person. Yeah, something's got to go. It's an old way. Some of you, it's another 2. You're going to feel a little off balance, but at the same time, it's an opportunity you're not going to want to miss. Whether this is to up level, take a new job, take a new position. Others of you, it's to do something creative. Could be a chance here of a relationship of a lifetime here where you get to do something that is outside of your comfort zone. You're a little bit worried about the past coming back, but this is you saying you got to let this go. You know, I don't feel like a person's giving you an ultimatum. It's just kind of like there's an expiration date on this. It's what it feels like. Yeah, there it is. You're just getting repetitive cards again. I feel like the universe is like trying to push you and saying, this is what you've been asking for. It's not in the package that you wanted, but if you just take it and receive it, you're going to have to let it go, but be open to it. And you can really feel the results of this. And so the weight of this is becoming too heavy and you're realizing that you've been holding yourself back. I think you're about to drop this baggage here and take a big opportunity. Yeah, the King of Swords here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but the swords is reversed, okay? So some of you feel a little bit guilty for choosing this, but it's an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, you're going to want to take this, okay? It's like no hard feelings. You know, like I said, if this is romantic or just a sense here of getting to know someone, I think it's just, you know, you realizing that you can't compare this person to another. It's not fair to them, you know? So it's not really attaching to the idea of it. It's starting slow, starting with friendship. You're not jumping into something romantic quickly, but you're definitely getting to know somebody. And this person's new. This person is new. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. I like this for you. I do. This is someone who's going to be very vulnerable with you. This is someone here who's going to see your light. This is someone here. I mean, this is what you've been asking for. You've been hoping for this. You've been praying for this, but it's coming in a package that is not necessarily what you're used to. Okay? It's not a past situation. Advice for you. We'll see what your lucky numbers are. Look at this. Knight of Cups. Here it comes. You're getting a very emotionally fulfilling offer. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. All right. And there's just something here that you've been holding on to and romanticizing and regarding another situation, but you're missing the bigger picture here. You are, okay? You are leaving that old story. And it's okay to be sad about it, but it's also a massive opportunity for self-love, choosing yourself for this, okay? Receive this gift with openness, but know this is something here that you can do something for you, okay? This is not something to be returned. This is something here that you expand with. Let's see what your final numbers are here, Sagittarius. Look at this. A lot of people are getting threes. You too have threes, but you have a 1 and 2 here as well. But with the number 3, you have the artist, and the artist is all about collaboration, creativity, but connection is incredibly important here this month here for you. All right. There's a new relationship that is coming here that's going to support you and be very caring and loving and sincere, and it's going to allow you to really rise. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, and you can always claim the readings. We got Cappy's up next. Capricorn is up next. My lives are so neat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Guys, don't forget we got a goal going on. Are we going to make it? I know. We have 4 more donations to go to unlock the collective bonus, whether it's jewels, super chats, membership joins. Each donation counts. Thank you, Gemini. Gemini just snuck in here to help. Thank you again. Appreciate it. We are now 2 away from unlocking the collective bonus. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we just did Sagittarius, so Capricorn is up. Capricorn. All right, Cappies, you ready? Where are my Capricorns at? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're getting closer to our goal, guys. We are only 2 donations away from unlocking the faded dice. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's going on here for you in September? Having hope. Navigate your shadows with compassion and gentleness. Grace, kindness, and self-care. This feels like the Ace of Cups. It does. Thanks again, Gemini. This feels like the Ace of Cups, okay? Don't lose hope, Capricorn. See how you're showing up here. Look at this. 8 of Wands, light a fire underneath your cauldron and go, go, go. Why do I feel like you're being a way shower this month? Why do I feel like you're leading the way? You're taking action. You're getting all of the witches together, okay? There's fast movement. You're going the distance this month. All right, let's see what the challenge is. You're not giving up. You are absolutely not giving up. I love this for you. Gemini just swooped in and got it. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie and Gemini just unlocked the bonus here for us. Look at this, Capricorn. Leo energy. There's something here that may have shifted since now we're in Virgo season. Maybe this happened during Leo season, but you took your light back. And presently, you got a lot of attention around you. You have a lot of individuals here around you. Look at you. You're like a social butterfly, or at this point, the queen bee. The queen bee. All right. Hello, Meredith. The magician. Holy moly. You have everything you need to do anything you want. This month is going to be a big one. Capricorn, believe in miracles, but also you're taking action. You're taking action with the faith and hope that anything is possible. I don't know if you're putting yourself out there. Maybe you're an influencer. Maybe you're a creator. Maybe you know that you want to be an entrepreneur. You're a boss, a leader. Others of you, if this is something here where romantically you've been grieving and healing and doing that self-love journey, this is something where you haven't given up the hope of love and you got some pickings. You treat every connection as though it's the possibility of your person. Interesting. Reversals are now up. The heart of the matter here is the 6 of Pentacles here, reverse. You are not just an individual here who cares deeply. You are usually an individual here who cares so much that you tend to overgive to the wrong individuals. And some people take advantage of that. But you learn from this. It doesn't keep you from giving because it always comes back to you tenfold. And so there's something here within this energy of giving that has been extreme is being returned. Yeah. And what's being returned? All of the strength, all of the holding on to things. Okay. You have some prideful people around you. There's Leo again. Leo under Leo. Okay. I don't know. There's something that happened during Leo season, or you're dealing with a Leo, one of the other. Okay. But you put your ego to the side and you're getting your power back. And some of you, it's the power is being returned to you because you asked for it, you called for it back. This is, I'm resilient to even the individuals who've taken. Because there's a much bigger, better offer coming your way. Holy crap. All of this loss that you have been going through in the past is coming up to be returned to you and then some. Some of you, this is financially, okay? Some of you, this is money coming your way. Others of you, it's a health change. Maybe you have a glow up. Just getting attention, you're getting offers, opportunities, but they're in abundance. It's not just in one area. Okay, you are the star this month. You are the way shower, okay? The clarity here is all of these pickings that you had to go through. Remember I said to you earlier that some of you, even if they're new relationships, you're treating it as like, well, it might be them. I don't know. But if they aren't them this month, because there are going to be things that you're going to be rejecting, right? I do feel like you're rejecting offers. I think you're getting multitudes of offers that you may be turning down, but it doesn't feel right. It's not quite there. But there's always going to be something better. And I feel like the clarity here is you've made peace with the fact that that wasn't for you. External influences of this, 5 of Wands. There's that competition. There's that competition. Everybody wants a piece of what Capricorn. You do have some individuals here who could be a little jelly, a little defensive. All right. But you're kind of the way shower. You got a lot of different choices this month. You do. Spirit's saying trust your intuition because, because you follow your heart, don't give up on there. But the illumination here is there's something coming out, especially with, even though we're in September or August energy going into September, pay attention to your dreams or the stories that come up within your head during this eclipse energy of this moon that's coming up here for us Thursday, Friday, because I do believe you're going to get a significant download. And it's almost like going to be something prophetic, I feel. But it's maybe about how you see something, but it's integrating it. It's like you can actually feel the presence of that future. And you're bringing it closer and closer. The veil is so thin that you're bringing it closer in. Advice for you. Page of Cups. Let yourself be continually surprised by the thing called life. And I do feel like you guys, be surprised by them. Test it out. See what fits for you. You get to be Goldilocks this month. Look, you got the 5 of Wands, right? 5 of Wands is a good coven, lets every witch have a say. So, there's just going to be this energy of people wanting to hear you out or, prove their point to some extent. But Spirit's saying, yeah, you can listen, hear people out, hear what they have to say, but you don't have to let individuals drag you down. All right. And there are some individuals here because they're really showcasing that you got this twice, which is the 10 of Wands. Don't let other people's baggage keep you from doing and receiving what you've been asking for a really, really long time. All right. That's what I got. Let's see what your lucky numbers are. What are your lucky numbers? Let's roll. You guys got the matriarch here with the number. Oh, wait, no, is this the matriarch? Yeah, it is 9. Yeah, we got the matriarch here. You got a 4 and a 5, but you also have a 9. So you may see a lot of 4s and 5s and 9s this coming up month. But the matriarch is kind of the empress level. Remember your worth, okay? Be open to receive and understand that the part of life is experiencing it, being in the present energy of it. And just don't hold on too tightly to that dream. Just allow it to breathe. All right, that's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And if you want to claim it, you most certainly can. Aquarius is up. And we did hit our collective bonus here. Thanks a lot to Debbie and Gemini who made that possible. Aquarius will be up next. For those of you who just jumped on and you're wondering what the order is of the signs, I start off with the birthday sign. So we start off with Virgo and go in that order. Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going on here for you in September? Escapism. Detach from daily struggles and relax, but don't use it as a form of avoidance. Relaxation and facing reality here. So this is kind of like have a good balance of it this month. Be wary that you don't fall too into it. You know, sometimes we just need a day to have a break, but if it starts becoming a pattern, that's when you need to look at it. But a lot of you, this is about a needing or desire here to get away. Maybe you're feeling burnt out. Maybe that's the reality. Or bored. Could be that too. Let's see how you're showing up. No reversals. How is Aquarius showing up for September? Ah, look at you showing up as a 10 here, the good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. So this is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune energy here, taking a shot, taking a chance. You know, and you're being asked here to, not that you have to be a witch and do something here where you got to cast it, but you need to take a chance. And I like how it's an acorn because this feels like a seed. Something here that maybe you're afraid to see if it, maybe you're afraid to plant it because you're not sure it's going to grow, you know, planting the seed. The challenge here for you is the Ace of Swords. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. Well, you have a lot of ideas, but let's get real. Okay. It's like take one task at a time. You know, you consistently you're a visionary. I mean, that's what Aquarius is. They're the visionaries. They're the ones who always have the ideas. They think of every outcome, possibilities, whether it is good or bad. It's, you know, playing out all those different scenarios here. But the challenge here is that you have a lot of ideas. And I almost feel like there's one that you really, really should be doing. And that's the one that you haven't taken a shot off. And I feel like it's to cut this necklace off and plant the seed. All right, let's see what that is. Oh my gosh, there it is. There's the magician energy again. You know, this is about alchemizing it, utilizing that. It's time to utilize that tool. It's one thing. It's whatever. Time to take that thought and use your magic and take action with it. The magician can't just, you know, yeah, you can put out what you want, but you have to work with it too. You have to integrate it. And it's like, put it to paper now. Like, say what you're going to do instead of just saying it. Do it. Now it's about actions for you this month. I feel like you're a big dreamer. Yeah. Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're very compassionate. You're very loving, but this is where your intuition can be incredibly spot on. But do you listen to the nudges and just let them go and don't do anything about it? Because this is where your heart is that there's something here that you know and you've been asking for to evolve in, to do something for the love of it. It feels amazing to you. But your mind, King of Swords in your head. Is it the right time? Should I take a chance? Should I do this? What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh my gosh. I feel like there's sarcasm. I feel like there's negative self-talk. I feel you can talk yourself out of it. And this is the energy here of indecisiveness to the point where you are spiraling and not doing anything. And then you go, you know what? I need to take a vacation, take a break. This is becoming too much. Well, it's just the thought of actually taking the action and seeing what breaks of it. Is it going to plant? Is it going to grow? Is it going to fail? Yeah. And this is actually closing you off a lot more because there's a part of you that is yearning for this, to have an open heart, to trust, to believe in yourself. But this is for Aquarius here who tends to not have faith for oneself. You may have a lot of faith and love for others. You have a big heart. Some people probably think that you have the best advice to give out, but when it comes to you, you might have a hard time taking it. You know, afraid of the rejection, afraid of what people are going to think if you can't do something for oneself and succeed. But there's a not enough wound here that you're facing this month. Yeah. Irritability, anger, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. There's a lot of back and forth, impatience with oneself. But I also feel like I just keep hearing today is a new day. And each day that you wake up, you get a choice here of what you choose to believe and what actions you want to take. And there is some setback here this month here where you might start doing it, but then you fear the next step. So you then all of a sudden escape. And then when it becomes too hard, that's when it's like, there's a threshold here of something becoming so hard or scary to you to approach. But you know you got to do it. And so I just feel like this energy of going back and forth between it, knowing that there's probably no perfect time to do it. It's just to do it. Your heart is asking you to do it. Yeah, 8 of Wands. It's an action that you know that it's fear. It's an action here, afraid of heartbreak, afraid of rejection, afraid that you're going to fumble, afraid that it's too soon. Afraid of, will I be able to handle it if it does go well? You know, can I level up to this? Some of you are fearful of your own success, but it's asking for you. This is a rebirth. You're going to do it anyways. There's something you're going to do this month that's going to be pretty damn big. All right. You're going to let that version of you that is scared to take a shot, take a chance to see what happens, and you're going to go for it. There's that Phoenix. This is a huge rebirth energy here, but also we have Scorpio energy. So whatever movements that you make here for September is going to fall into Scorpio time. So it's probably like maybe around like November-ish time. Advice for you for this month. Look, 6 of Cups. Give yourself the compassion you were never given. All right. Give yourself a break. You know, you can buy yourself flowers, just like Miley. But there's just something here about perceiving when it comes to memories and offering. And I feel like this Aquarius does have a very big heart. but there's a return here of not feeling enough. And Spirit is consistently saying, can you look at those memories here and say, you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You deserve love too. You can take a break. You don't have to be perfect every day. If you need to take, it's all about a balance. All right. But when it comes to the point where you're escaping because you're afraid of an outcome, and then you find yourself repeating a pattern, then that's different. Then that's a completely different scenario. You are enough. Look at you. We're showing up as the Empress. We have a lot of threes here as well, 6s and 3s. There is beauty to be found in every experience, all right? Be open to receive and be open here to take actions and watch what grows. Let's see what your lucky numbers are. You ready for this? It's a 4 and a 1. And you know what? The Liberator says you are enough, but this is enough. All right. You have been maintaining here with a keeper, playing safe, but you have the 1, and there's no archetype for the 1. It's just a hammer, and I haven't designed the picture yet. But this is about breaking free, breaking the pattern here, liberate oneself here. You know, some of you have had enough of your own crap, and that's okay. But you are enough to break this. All right. That's what I got here for you, Aquarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And if you'd like to claim this, you most certainly can. We're going to move on to Pisces. Hello, Mitzi. Welcome. How you doing? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus will be next. Guys, don't forget, we do have a goal, an unlocked bonus that will happen after we already reached the goal, but it will happen after this. So if you have already watched the rest of your readings, don't forget there's a collective bonus at the end. You can always come back a little later and watch it. All right, where are we at here? Here we go. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Pisces, let's see how September is going for you. Anger. Your expectations are not met, creating frustration. Express it in a healthy way. Release, growth, balance. Okay, so there's something that's going to make you angry this month, but it's okay. It's also, anger can push you and motivate you in the biggest way. And sometimes anger is the drive that you need to make a change. And I do feel like there's a big change coming up for this Pisces. Let's see how you're showing up here. Yeah. So it's on how you work. It's on how you perform. Sorry, but fairies aren't going to come do all of the work for you. Okay. So there's something here about all of the hard work that you've been putting in to something for you. The challenge, gosh. Well, the challenge is that whatever you put the work in, there might be others around you who are uncertain about what you do. Okay. I don't know if this is something that you create. Some of you, it's just working on oneself, and you attract a lot of individuals who or wishy-washy or indecisive or avoidance. You know, I'm not sure if I want that. I'm not sure if I want to participate in that. You know, they're curious about you, but they're not necessarily picking you. And that's the challenge here, is that you've consistently picked yourself. You know, you got a heart. You do. There it is on the shirt. But this is something, look, it says, just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean it's effort. It's all about effort. I believe you're getting some rejections or wishy-washy energy from individuals who are uncertain by whatever you're creating or bringing to the table. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that you aren't perfect or that it's not going to be effortless here for what you're working on, but I feel like it's something here for some of you. This is a creative idea. Other individuals who are like, yeah, it's not quite there yet, but you're building. And so it's not perfect, but I feel like you're putting a lot of time and energy into this to be better at it. So it is a craft of some sort, and maybe you're doing something in the beginning to prove to another of what they're missing out on, or I'll show you, and it may start off as like revenge energy. It feels a little bit like that. It will start off like that, but it's not going to last. You're going to do something for you. You're going to do something for you. Reversals are now up. Yeah. 10 of Swords here is, even though this may hurt, but indecisiveness or wishy-washiness is an answer. So you may feel, Pisces, this month rejected. You're like, what? I sacrificed myself for what? But it's a time here to detach from it. Learn from it. Okay, let's be logical about this. It's to remain authentic and truthful. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea this month, and that's okay, because you can still ask questions. You can still address this. You can also, this 10 here is rejection, disappointment, uncertainty. It's like, I don't know. Some of you, it's not waiting for an answer anymore. Some of you, it's not worrying about what another person thinks anymore. But I do see that the drive here is to release it. It's like, it is what it is. The most powerful thing you can say. You got some competition here with an individual who is evaluating your efforts, and they're not so sure that they either want to participate it, that they want it. Some of you, this is romantic, all right? But it's like, it doesn't sit well with you. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But it doesn't stop you from remaining on what you desire and want. Okay? It almost feels like disloyalty, or someone may be omitting something here where they're not necessarily telling you all of the truth. You have to read between the lines. It's like you're asking for an individual to just say what it is that they don't like about it, and there's no context to it. And so maybe they just simply don't like it, or they simply don't know, and that's not enough of an answer for you. The greater opportunity here with the 6 of Cups here reverse. Were they ever on your side to begin with? And some of you may feel that. Did you ever really pick me to begin? Like, why are you here? Why are you entertaining this? If you're not going to give me, and some of you, this effortless could be a boss who's wishy-washy with you. Could be that too. But it's like, if you're even entertaining, do you really even want to see me grow? How am I supposed to evolve from this? I don't feel like you're getting helpful feedback from another. I don't. But with the 3 of Pentacles here reverse, it really shows you that you can't collaborate. Some of you are about to look for a new job. Others of you, it's a relationship where it's not going to grow. It's not really evolving with you. It's doing the opposite, and I just see something here about slow. That's all your focus in here is the turtles of how slow this and methodical this person is, but silent. They just can't speak the truth. Even if they need more time, they can't give a reason why they need that time. Right? 2 of Wands, your decision to decide your future here or nothing else. Okay. I feel for a lot of you, the effort here is to realize you've learned enough out of this connection, this relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's work, but also it's time to put yourself out there in a different way, you know, and put your efforts into something else. Yeah, look at this. 4 of Cups. Try not to be so picky, okay? And there's an individual here who's you can make as much as you want and they're picky, but there's also a part of you that's picky too, about certain aspects, and spirit's just reminding you what this person mirrors back is also some of the things that you're picky about. So look at the opportunity here of your disappointments and do something about it for yourself. All right, let's see what numbers we have here for you, Pisces. Your numbers. Ooh, we got the fates. Okay, this was meant to happen, whether you want to believe it or not. This was part of your destined past here with the fates, but there are going to be some massive changes. And I want to say it's a relationship change in a big way. But whatever this rebirth is to show you that this is happening to get you where you've been asking for. Okay, but the change starts with you. And I also feel like whatever change you're doing is going to liberate this person here to make some changes in their life too. All right, that's what I got here for you, Pisces. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. And don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia Friends community. We're going to move on to Aries. Aries will be up. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and the collective bonus next. Aries. See what's going on here for September for you. Authentic self. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Uniqueness and individuality here. Okay. So this is about just be who you are. But this boxing may be something significant to you or competitive nature here. I feel like a fight's about to happen. It could be an internal fight. We will see. No reversals on initial story play. How are you showing up for September? I told you. Feels like competition. Woo! Boxing match here. You got to be yourself amongst these individuals or the situation. Now, some of you, these are all the different versions of you, okay? All the different roles that you play. It's like, which part do I pick? And we all wear masks. So don't take this like to the trigger. Everybody wears masks. We all do it. Society shapes us and to do this. We all have different roles. All right. But the challenge here is the high priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. And there's a part of you that has been denying this. Some of you, it's been denying your like kind of little witchy spiritual self. You know, you trust your intuition where others, you know, look for actions or certain things where they need to look at results or stats. And you're like, nope, I just trust my gut and I show up and that's just who I am. Aries is the warrior sign. So, you know, usually the way shower of some sort here. You're being supported here with the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, this could be another individual, or it could be a version of you. It says true success isn't just about money. It's about happiness too. So this is a very well-grounded individual, but some of you, this is a loved one, you know, who's asked you to stick up for yourself, but you know, the most important thing to do is your happiness. I don't know. I feel like this person here, either they're very much a provider. They do very well. They invest wisely, but they're not a very showy person. I don't know. I feel like in this card, this is an individual who's pretty practical, even though that they may have their own business. But if it's not a specific person here, this may be something where where you want to drive. There's competitive nature of you. It's like, yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do something on my own, but I don't have to be so showy. I just want to be happy. This will make me happy. Others of you, this could also be individuals. If this is romantic partners where you had to play a different part, where you didn't trust your gut, those feelings that you thought were true love, meaning that they've made your heart here feel like you had, I don't know, like you felt like you were having butterflies in your stomach when you didn't realize that was actually the adverse of what you wanted. People were trying to take your light, and all you really wanted was a relationship that felt like home. See what the heart of the matter is for September here. Interesting. I said home, where I feel like you're being returned here to the past with the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. So you're kind of revisiting the past situations, past stories. The past may be coming back up. This could be in individuals here re-entering your life too. Not everybody, it's about re-entering, but it could also be something that you're ready to clear. Yeah, look at that. Sixes and threes. Threes are very significant for you. This is about grief. This is about letting go. And this is about having a big heart and knowing that this expansion here wasn't for nothing. All right. You are revisiting loss. Interesting. Five of Pentacles, the loss. Let me sit with this. I feel this month, you may feel that everybody is trying to perform, and you're realizing that the people around you are all wearing masks as well. And so there's something here deep in your heart that, Aries, you are dropping the mask and realizing, man, people are as lonely as me, but I would rather keep to myself and stay true to look at and reevaluate my obstacles. And I do feel like this is more the energy of going towards the hermit energy. He reminds me of the hermit, but you're not quite there yet. There's just something here where you may feel like you're amongst individuals that really are doing the same thing, trying to be seen, trying to be heard. And it's like, I just feel like at a loss. I don't feel like I fit in. And so there's some grief here about facing that. Yeah. With the Princess of Cups here reversed, there was a part of you that had a really big heart, and you gave and gave and gave. You never stopped believing in love, but when you see that there's a lot of individuals here who have the same kind of insecurities, it does something to you. It makes you almost feel like everything around you is fake. And so I feel like you're having like a realistic reality of, I'm not going to fake it anymore. I'm not gonna, if it's not, I'm not gonna pretend I'm gonna have a nice day. I'm not gonna pretend everything is okay. I don't really want to hang out with all of these individuals or a specific person anymore. Yeah. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles here reversed, and a lot of these, came up reversed on this row, this is telling me with the challenge is that you tend to stay into things far too long, either to prove a point, feel better, or maybe you're a people pleaser of some sort, but this is kind of going away. This is kind of like you're working on your insecurities, not just your instability, and realizing that in the long haul, this really hasn't made you happy. And so there's a part of you that would rather choose something that makes you happy. Now, some of you, this is about a job change. Some of you, it's not all about the money. Four Cups. You're reevaluating your disappointments, but that you just can't see the offer this month. But you haven't stopped dreaming. You have a big imagination still, but you're also realizing that there are a lot of individuals who are faking it, and it just doesn't feel real to you. It doesn't feel good anymore to you. Yeah. Do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. You tend to fall for others' potential. And you're realizing everybody's just doing the same thing I'm doing. Okay. And I have as much potential as they do. So there's something that you're going to be doing that you're going to be focused on. I want to say it's self-love, giving back to you, surrender. Some of you, this could be forgiveness, but I think it's more surrender than anything. Yeah, temperance, taking your time, being in the present moment. Let go of self-imposed limitations here for you. Sagittarius energy now, Aries. All right, be patient with oneself. And in other individuals, you're just not going to take it so personally anymore. You may even find yourself stepping back from others. All right, let's see what your lucky numbers are here for this month. Look at this. You got the Liberator too. 4 and a 1. This is a 5. Okay. This is about a change. This is a massive change here for you. And I feel like it's a change here to break the pattern, to burst the bubble here and show a reality of how much you deserve and what you've been holding on to. All right. It's time to take accountability, maintain what you built, and be excited for what's to come. All right. That's what I got here for you, Aries. If this resonated or if you like it, go ahead and comment below. And don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. We're going to move on to Taurus next. Taurus is up. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus will be next. My bulls, where you guys at? Where are my bulls at? It's all good, Meredith. Good to see you. Here we go. Taurus, dark reflection. When you look into the abyss looks back. Truth seeking, liberation. Maybe you get maybe 5s are going to be significant for you for the Liberator, but you're being asked here to look at the areas of shadow, the areas that may, I don't know, it's almost like looking at the depths of something that maybe you're afraid to look at. Let's see how you're showing up. Well, you're showing up as strength. Leo energy. It takes great strength to be soft. Maybe you have a hard time being soft. You tend to be a fighter. You hold on, prideful. You got an ego on you, but you tend to be resilient. You're brave. But what's the challenge? Oh, well, the challenge here, rawr, the Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. I don't think you realize how fierce you truly are. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. There's something about the way, you could be dolling yourself up or the way you look. You might have some self-doubts about your image. But I just heard body dysmorphia for some of you. All right. You see something differently than what others perspectively see, but you may have an ego that kind of comes, well, everybody has an ego, but you may have something that comes in place with your ego that protects you. So you get very snarky. You may use your sarcasm to call people out, or you may make jokes about oneself to lighten the moment. You may be the one who tends to be the jokester. You are a self-critic. You are a self-critic. See, this is a Taurus who breaks their own damn heart. It's okay to cry, but seriously, it's okay to you tend to beat yourself up. But it's easier to beat yourself up before someone else does it. So you try to lighten the moment here. Some Taurus don't realize how beautiful you truly are as a person, not just physically, mentally, but like you're so brave and confident. Yet at the same time, you're such a self-critic. It's like, what else can I do more? You're very meticulous. Prince of Wands here. Well, this was reversed. Are you really going to take something from the Prince of Wands? Reversed. This person's immature. This person is arrogant. This person here is a reflection of insecurities. When you look into the abyss looks back. There's something about this person that mirrors back your insecurities, but you kind of roll it off like it doesn't bother you, but it does hurt. But also, you realize that this person here wants what you got. You got, yes. They're repeating cards again. Maybe you're dealing with a very prideful Leo, right? This person is arrogant. This person is tries to take your light. This person is jealous. So they take low jabs on you. They know your insecurities. But it's because you have something more than what this person can get. And I want to say it's courage. So this person here tries to discourage you by actions. And the actions here are to like make you self-doubt oneself. But this month, gosh, you keep getting repetitive cards. This month, something changes because you've changed. This person here can't get through your skin because you are the one who criticizes typically oneself. I don't think you criticize this individual. You know how hurtful that is. You know this person's only hurting themselves. And there's something that is unraveling with this individual this month that is in your energy. Greater opportunity here with this individual. 7 of Swords. This person's insecurities are going to come out. 7, 8, 9 here, all secure insecurities. You did your research, you did your work, and yes, you are your hardest critic. But the support here is the grief, the hurt. It still hurts. But you're liberating yourself from another person's opinions, but there's another person here who's breaking. around you. This person's about to be exposed. I also feel like you may be getting an apology from an individual here. Someone here who wants to offer peace. All right. But the peace offering here is because you have a lot more right now that you're receiving than this individual. So this person here may be open about their insecurities coming towards you and their doubt. Advice for you. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. Some of you have been worried about this individual's backlash of your name. But here's the thing. This person here has basically put it towards themselves. All right. That's all coming out. It's all coming out. And why? Because it's a burden. 10 of Wands. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? All right. You have someone here who's about to drop the baggage here of their criticism towards you. They may have projected onto you, but at the same time, you were grieving this and thinking the worst of the scenario here. But you had someone here who was jealous. It was just simply that. All right. So, all right, let's see what your final numbers are here. Yeah, there's going to be some soul searching here with you. You have a 6 and a 1, and that comes to the seeker. And the seeker is a person here who goes into that hermit energy. You know, you may see a lot of 7s, but 7s are a very lucky number. It's also, you know, diving into your Akashic records. And there's just something here about timelines collapsing this month. But you do have somebody here who's coming around or coming back. And this is an individual here who is jealous, you know, and you're going to at least hear the truth or find out the truth about their insecurities, but it doesn't define who you are, and you're realizing that. All right, that's what I got here for you, Taurus. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. We got Gemini coming up next. Gemini. How do I do what? I must have missed the context. Meredith, what are you doing over there? You're jumping from one place to the next. It's fine. Oh, be soft. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. I'm not that soft. I'm more masculine than I am feminine, so I don't know. Ask a female. Ask a female who's in her feminine energy. I'm very, very not in that moment. Taurus is like the softest sign. It can be the softest sign. I am a Taurus moon, but the soft comes materialistic kind of approach. They know how to like, you know, have a me day. They're all about self-care. That's as soft as I can get. It's my self-care time. I'm a snob when it comes to self-care. For sure. All right, Gemmies. Here we go. Gemini. Let's timestamp ya. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go. Gems, control issues. Fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability. Release, trust, and empowerment. I feel like the star is going to come out in here, but I'm feeling the star energy here, which is all about vulnerability, having faith, being open, which is complete opposite of control, right? Let's see how you're showing up. Remember, no reversals. How are you showing up? You're showing up as the King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you may have that in your chart, but the King of Cups, always compose yourself before giving a response. Is there a heart-to-heart that is needed with you and another? Let's see what the challenge is. What's the challenge here? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you have an individual here. You're wanting reciprocity. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. You're looking for reciprocity and an equal give and take. And the challenge is you tend to give more. And you tend to control relationships by assuming people are going to give you as much. And most of the time there's disappointments in here, at least for this Gemini. Not every Gemini is going to feel this way. All right. But this Gemini here just assumes people are gonna, if I give them a little bit, or if I'm open up to a little bit, they're going to give just as much, but it doesn't happen that way. And then you try to give a little bit more, and then you get kind of in a controlling area, assuming that people are going to know. How's the universe here supporting you? Well, with the Nine of Pentacles, your sovereignty, pause and savor the results of your success. Is there somebody here that you're trying to teach? Some of you, it's a child. Or hopefully it's not a grown up to the point where it's like, hey, I'm independent, I'm stable. You can mirror back what I do. It's easy. And I'll just lead by example. But that's what you should do, is just lead by example and just relax and enjoy you. But you have a tendency to get emotionally involved with individuals who may need a helping hand. And so there's something here about giving out or extending yourself, Gemini, to too many individuals. Yeah. Yeah. You're given too much. There's some insecurities here, wanting some peace, wanting some love, wanting it to return, getting a little upset when people aren't changing. It's like, when is this going to evolve? Not trusting the process, meddling. But here's the thing, Eight of Pentacles. You're working on detaching. You are. You're working on this. This is something you're working on. You're not trying to get involved with everybody. You're letting people grow at their pace that they need to. You help where you can, but you don't let it take away from your life, however that may be. Yeah, because you tend to burn yourself out. You tend to put out all of those other people's fires. And so this is something here for this month. You're not doing that. You may be facing some burnout here, realizing that, just because you have it all together, you do need to have some self-care. And I do feel like you're caring for someone here this month in a really big way. Now, some of you, if you're a caretaker, that's different, whether it's for anything, you caretaking children, it could be caretaking, for an adult, whatever it is. There's just this energy here of needing to ask for support, ask for help, not necessarily from another, but it could be another party. But asking for assistance because you need some time here for yourself. You are very, very close to burnout this month. Okay. This month, because you're so caring and so loving. Your response to this? Oh yeah. Restlessness. I'm not used to taking a break. But what if they do it wrong? What if the third party doesn't help me and they don't know how to feed the pets or feed the kids? It's just this energy of like feeling very restless, even though you're trying to get some rest, even though you need a vacation, even though you need a break, even though you need a pause. Maybe it's just to take a damn nap. But something is disturbing you, and it's how other individuals take care of things. Greater opportunity for you, Gemini. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Pentacles here, reverse. The Queen of Pentacles is, that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but she can tend to be very needy. And there's something here where you do not like to be considered needy, clingy, materialistic, this kind of turns you off. And so this is what it feels like going into this energy when you take a break. And so you're facing that this month. You're facing this. You're like, okay, I'm not needy because I deserve a break. I'm not needy because I'm taking a self-care day. I don't overspend on myself, so I don't really care what other people think in that way. So you're facing that. You're facing all these insecurities of the Queen of Pentacles reverse, codependency. Maybe you've been the enabler in the past. But look, your belief systems are changing. 5. There's a 5 that came out. Oops, just my phone dropped here. These are different, there's beliefs that are changing here. You're becoming wiser. You're counseling oneself, but also you're playing a part here where others can be themselves, even though they're part of this game here with you. So you are a teacher. You are a counselor of some sort, but you're also stepping back, or there's a need to step back here this month. Advice for you. 9 of Wands, okay? It would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. You tend to be guarded on taking a break. But also you realize that in all this brutality, that sometimes you fight oneself. Okay? I just feel this energy of consistently having your walls up high when it comes to asking for help or support. And Spirit's it's time to have a heart-to-heart. It's time to have a discussion here. All right. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkling new ideas. And you do have a lot of ideas, but Spirit's saying talk it out amongst with others, okay? For those ideas to come and take shape and form for you. Your lucky numbers for the month here. Wow. You have the initiator here. A lot of 6s, a lot of 3s. But more importantly here, we have the initiator, and this is a 12. So you may see 3s, 6s, and 12s this month. The 12th may be a significant date for you for September as well. But this is going through a new threshold, a new beginning, a new version of you. You're up-leveling. And you're ready. And be optimistic about this approach, all right? Be brave. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, and don't forget there's always more messages on the other side. Cancer is up next. Cancer is up next. We do have Leo, and then we have an unlocked bonus, guys, so don't go anywhere. It's coming closer. We're getting closer. Yeah, Rose Girl Meredith is jumping back and forth between that and Twitch. So she's keeping Star company, and she's trying to help unlock my goal. We're getting closer. We need two more of them to unlock, but I don't know if we're going to make it. Every time we get to 4 or close to 3, I think the closest we got was to 3, and then it reset. Honestly, Meredith, I care more if you're on Twitch, because we're trying to get an average over there. And if the stupid achievement is not allowing me to unlock certain things that I want to have available on that channel. So that's why Star's hanging out over there. Me too, Debbie. But also it doesn't help that Dolly, we lost Dolly. Hey, thank you so much, Unique, here for the jewels. I appreciate it. We are 7 in. Between losing Dolly and then Tim Curry today, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Generation X is just done, I think, today. We've had a lot going on. Tim Curry's been sick for quite a few long time. I remember seeing him, and because I used to go to all the Comic Cons. I was a photographer, and I enjoy Comic-Cons, but I used to be an event photographer for a lot of them. And I used to see him a lot. But his health declined, but he was so kind to all his fans. He just really, really loved his fans. Just as much as Dolly did too. When she's awake. That's good. I appreciate it. I know. All right. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go, Cancer. Mental contest. This kind of reminds me of Sagittarius a little bit. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles to find strength. Control, power, repressed. You may have Sagittarius in your chart. But when you think of Sagittarius, they are very focused. They're also a liberating sign. They like their freedom. No reversals, not just yet. There's something here you need to get focused on. Oh, the 9 of Cups. Live in a constant state of gratitude. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles to find strengths. So there's, all right, let's look at the challenge, because this is the card here of like really being fulfilled, happy. But the reminder here is lives in a constant state of gratitude and appreciation. But we're going to see the challenge of that, because you may be looking at that and it outweighs the gratitude and appreciation. Look at this, another 9 of Pentacles, but that's the challenge. This is what you desire. It's the sovereignty of this. It's the stability of this. It's to lean back. It's to enjoy, pause, and save the results of your success. So there's something here that you don't feel successful at. And it's like, when am I enough? Ooh, I can feel that. When am I enough? Eight of Swords. Stop overthinking and just do it. Is there something you're trying to submit? Is there something here that you're trying to, I don't know, I almost feel like you're submitting something online or putting yourself out there, going online. Maybe you're doing something. There's something here, emailing, messaging. These are due dates. A deadline. Insecurities that you're going to get it. Reversals are now up. Yeah, look at this. You got the 8 of Swords here twice. This is magnified. You're nervous about not obtaining a goal or something that you truly desire. Some of you, this is love. Some of you, this is getting some kind of success, a gain. Maybe it's you perusing the internet and being like, oh my God, those are my options. Queen of Swords. Nope. Here's the thing. Cancer, you know what you want. You know what you want. And this still comes to another 9, because this is the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but that's the 8 of Swords, and that sword together is the 9 of Swords. A lot of 9s are showing up here. But she's very meticulous. She's wise. She's a truth seeker. She's authentic, and she's transparent. But she's honest, and she's going through a rebirth of some sort. You are. This doesn't define you. Whatever rejection is here, whatever loss is here that shows up this month, that feels unfair, unfinished, shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. It may not be the exact road, but you can't keep giving for free. Some of you are giving to the wrong people, exposing yourself to the wrong audience. Ooh. Here we go. September, something's about to change in a big way. All right? It's going to be moved regardless. Don't fear this. It could happen on the 16th of September. All right? This is about to break wide open. There it is. King of Wands. You're facing fear. You're facing haters. You're facing criticism. You're facing oneself. You're being brave. There's an artistic bug coming out of you. Some of you are meant to share. Some of you are meant to be influencers. Some of you, you're about to have a glow up because you know why? Because you are inviting another in here too. Some of you, this could be another individual. Okay. But it wasn't all for nothing. I think you're letting go of areas in your life that weren't fair to you, but something here is more aligned for you. And it's going to make you feel more supported. And it's going to give you a lift off because I almost feel like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. You hit submit. Boom. You hit live. Boom. You accept a date or accept something. You accept something. You accept an offer. This Cancer here is about to accept an offer and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. But it's because you are focusing on you being enough and not so worried here anymore about what others think. You're creating room for that. I like this here for you. This is a nice reading for Cancer. You're letting that mental anguish go. It's not going to stop you. No, it's not going to stop you. It's making room for a better offer. Whatever's leaving you this month is making a much better room for you. And all this worry of being rejected or failure or I wasn't good enough, that's going out the window. Wow, what an abundant opportunity, Spirit says for you. What an abundant opportunity that's coming your way in September, Cancer. Claim it. Okay? It's not all going to be bad. There it is, the King of Swords, right? We can all learn important things from one another. And there's something here you're going to learn. The King of Swords here comes out with the Queen of Swords. Okay. Whether somebody here responds to you and rejects you, I feel like this rejection is your protection. All right. Whether somebody here criticizes it, it doesn't matter because you are going towards something that is way more inviting anyway. And there's just something here about being authentic, being yourself, and that's what attracts it in. All right, let's see what your numbers are here, Cancer, and we'll get to Leo. Look, it is. We got the Liberator. The Liberator has come out. Liberator's come out for quite a few signs. We have a 3 and a 2 here. We have the Artist, also the Witness, but the Liberator is here. So you may see a lot of 3s, 2s, or 5s, but this is breaking a pattern. This is freeing yourself. This is being very, transparent. And just don't fear this. All right. That's what I got here for you, Cancer. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And our lions are now up. Here come the Leos. There's also the time here to make sure you guys hit like on the channel because it does help the channel be seen and grow. All right. And if you want to subscribe, I most certainly Would love that, but it's up to you if you want to do that. But make sure you hit that bell twice so that you get all the notifications of when I go live. And I do go live quite frequently, and I try to set the schedule up over on YouTube. So look at my schedule and set those notifications for the upcoming lives. And speaking of upcoming lives, we're going to be talking about that shortly because there is one coming up here on Friday. But this would be the time here for the bonus, when we get to the bonus collected, to put your energy into the chat. So that's why we call it the bonus train. Put in your signs. The more signs that roll, you never know what comes up. So give yourself some time to do so as we get ready here for Leo, our final zodiac for the night. Welcome back, Karen. I think I said hi to you already. I can't remember. Tis a blur. All right, Leo, where are my lions at? Who's got Leo in their chart? Leo. Inner balance. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. Wholeness and duality. This kind of reminds me of the Two of Pentacles a little bit. You juggling a lot? There's some adjustments here that are being made in your life. Let's see what these adjustments are about. Remember, no reversals here. The Queen of Swords. Ooh. Who's this little frog? There's this little frog on your lap. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Leo, don't you dare lower your voice for anybody. I think you know it's time to cut somebody out. I think it's time for you to speak your truth. Whether it's cutting them out or just speaking your truth, there's an uncomfortable conversation that needs to happen in September, okay? It's time for you to voice up. The challenge. Oh boy. Hierophant, Taurus. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. All right. So the challenge is you're dealing with an individual who's very much a traditionalist. This could be also a boss. This could be someone here that you are in a commitment with. Could be a family member as well, okay, who thinks that they know best. You know, something tells me there's something here regarding age, being wiser, and it's like, really, just because you got life experience doesn't necessarily mean every little thing has the best advice. But I feel like you have a hard time with this person's belief, their traditions. You don't quite fit in. This job, this work, this family. It's some of you're related. Oh, here it is. Here's the support. Right? Wow, what an abundant opportunity. Who's fumbling this opportunity? I don't feel like it's you. There's a big opportunity that is you. And I feel this Leo is offering a huge gift, whether it's to this relationship, whether it's to this job. But there's someone here who's kind of contemplating on how that works out. Well, that's really nice, Leo, for you offering that. But, and it's like, really? No, this is what I'm offering. This is my solid advice. This is what I got. See, reversals are now up. Oof, you're going to be pissed off at this person. Then there's no more negotiating with this individual. At this point, this is Leo going, this is a waste of my time. They make you irritable. Emotionally, it makes no sense. You can't pretend you're happy about this. You're begging for some kind of freedom. You're feeling emotionally misaligned. You don't feel like you have a voice. It's like, it feels like your opinion doesn't matter. amongst an individual? Yeah. This person's cutting. This person is like, no, we're not doing that. We're going a different direction. And you're like, unbelievable. Are you kidding me? And this person can spiral your day emotionally by them just saying one thing, either no, or here's the other one. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Leo, let me think about it. And Leo's like, are you kidding me? I would give you everything. And you want to think about it? This is something here where you're evaluating how selfish an individual can be by holding back. And there's something emotionally this person is holding back, reserving. They don't let their emotions override, but by their answers, they override your emotions. They do. It's all over these cards. What you resist persist. What you accept transforms. You can't accept this individual. The Five of Swords here is reversed. It's not about changing an individual's mind. Some of you're about to agree because you want outs. Like, okay, if that's how you feel or that's what you think, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay about it. Doesn't necessarily mean you need to be in it. Some of you are about to redirect yourself in a really big way. There's no arguing. There's no fighting. It's simply cutting it off. You're accepting a person does not want to collaborate, doesn't want to try to work with you, doesn't want to try to grow with you, is not wanting to nurture this, to care for this. They're showing with their actions. And it's in this contemplation, it's with this, communication or no communication, however it may be, it's in the way that they say nothing or say something. But the Magician here reversed is someone is in it trying to manipulate you to stay and wait. This person wants you to wait till they can make up their mind or feel safe. And it doesn't always work that way. Right? So free will is involved, and you're realizing that if you keep staying in this, that they have more control over you than you do out of the situation. Advice for you, Leo. Ooh, there it is, the Ace of Swords. Look at you. You're bursting with sparkling new ideas. And I feel like your ideas are worth exploring, especially outside of this situation. Yeah. And, this is a time because there's no rest for the weary. And I feel like you've been restless emotionally, waiting for a person to give you a specific answer or a reason or stringing you along. And it's just like, this is making me sick. This is not healthy. I'm giving my power away too much to an individual. Some of you are creating space, separation. Some of you are off to a new job. Let's see what your final numbers are. Wow. You got a lot of 3s and a lot of 6s, and you also got the Initiator, and the Initiator is big. The Initiator is big because with the Initiator coming in place, I'll pull it up on screen, you got a badass Alice in Wonderland here who does not want to be part of the Mad Hatter family anymore. All right. You're going through that liquid glass mirror. and you're going through a portal here to integrate what you want now. So you have a new start, a rebirth, okay? But however this may transform or an individual may change, I'm not saying people can't change, but right now you can't change the scenario. So you got to have an exit. And your exit here is allowing you to have a new beginning. All right. That's what I got here for you, Leo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, you can always claim. And we're going to move on to our unlocked bonus. That's what's next, or unlocked bonus. I hear you, Care. I hear you. It's a tough situation. All right. If you guys are here for the unlock bonus, let me know you're here. Say hello. If you're catching this as a replay, make sure you're putting your signs in. Amplify the energy. We don't know what we're going to roll here. Star, you're always here. Well, mostly when you're awake. When you're awake. All right, let's roll. Oh, I forgot to comment. Let's roll. All right, we got the Zodiac dice. We're going to roll now. Let's see what Zodiac signs come up. We're going to roll it a couple of times. Hey, Friskers. What's up, buddy? I know, I made room for you. Friskers is like, it's time to end this. I need to eat. We have Aquarius. Aquarius is up. We also have Virgo. Virgo is here. Can you have some more? We have Aquarius again. Aquarius came back up. Friskers is pushing me off the chair. Gemini. Scorpio. And Cancer. Those are the signs that we received. If you have any of those placements in your chart, then this reading may be for you. Thank you, Star and Debbie. Want to give a special shout out here to all of our sponsors. Thank you again, Unique and Debbie and Gemini and Debbie again and Gemini again. All of you ladies. Thank you so much, guys. If it wasn't for all of these donators, you would not be having this unlocked bonus. So make sure you're saying thanks to everybody, including our moderators who are here this evening to help out as well. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this in place. So also want to remind you guys that I will be back here on Friday. That's right, Friday, for current feelings and what's next in the connection. So this is All Signs Love reading. So I will be back here on Friday evening here for September's energy. All right, let's do it now. Let me timestamp this. 2:23. All right, here we go. Collective. We always go a little bit longer here. Collective, unmasking truth. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. Ooh, self-examining and revelation. So you're about to have a revelation. Are you taking the rose-colored glasses off? You're having a revelation of some sort. All right. A reality check. Remember, no reversals here on initial story play. How is the collective showing up? We're showing up as the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. You know, you're finding out some truth. Some of you are hearing some truth. She's on the phone. But you're also watching out for news of some sort. All right, what's this news about? What's this news about? Oh, do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. Oh my goodness. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. You are about to hear from an individual, but is it honest? Is it truthful? Some of you, this is forgiveness. Some of you, this is an apology. It's like you hear one thing, but are they at the door? You're looking for the action. You're looking for the action. Get ready. Things are about to get shaken up. You have an individual here who's going through a tower moment. This individual here is coming back towards you, collective. Now, this doesn't always have to be romantic. This could be family. This could be a friendship. Let's see what's happened here in September. Eight of Swords here, reverse. You know, there's a call that you're about to receive. It's going to make you nervous. It's going to pull at your heartstrings. And you're trying to gain a perception, but you can't quite see it because you don't know if this person's being honest or not. You don't really have you're not in this person's life nearly as much. You two have been kind of separated or not talking here. Yeah, Three of Cups here. This is someone here that you considered family, friend, some of you a lover, but you're very disappointed with them. There's something here about past disappointments, but this person's world is about to get rocked and they're coming back towards you. Yeah, they are. We have the Ace of Wands here, but here's the thing. This is not something that you're anticipating, because it's one thing to hear from somebody. It's another thing if they show up. Interesting. How do you feel about hearing and this person showing up with actions? Seven of Cups, confused. You've really tried to make some peace with this. Some of you are questioning, why now? Why come back now? Nine of Cups, this person here, it's, you know, this person misses you. There's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of shame. We're building up now to the Five of Cups, all in one row. I mean, this is how I'm reading it. Ace, 3, 4. God. And there we go. We got Five of Cups. This person took some time. Emotionally, this person is coming in with an apology. Okay, they had to go through something. They were stuck in it. Maybe they were stuck in their head. Maybe they were stuck in a pattern. Maybe they couldn't really see themselves out. Maybe they were influenced by others. I feel like a school of fish are here. This could be other people, could be family, could be friends getting in the way. But this individual here is also very apologetic. And what are they apologetic about? By cutting you out. Their insecurities, their self-doubt, not choosing you, letting their insecurities override this. There's something here about the two of you, how you mirror one another. You do. Okay. Now, some of you, you're related to this individual. So that's the part that really is upsetting, because it feels like betrayal. I'm really seeing the 10 more than I am the 2 here. Yeah, but the Knight of Wands here is someone who is coming in here with actions. Now, the thing is with the Knight of Wands is, yeah, they can come in here with a drive of actions, but you're questioning, is this for real? Is this person truly committed to what they say with just one action? Because this one action is pretty darn bold. It's a bold action that this individual does. And it does have a lot of emotions and feelings towards it. but the emotions and feelings, are they going to be consistent? So you're questioning this individual's consistency. It's like, well, you show me, you're showing up, which is great. I'm happy to see you or happy to be here. Some of you aren't going to be happy to see him or happy to be here. A lot of you are questioning, like, why now? But it's because of the Five of Swords, the confrontation. This person here was afraid of confrontation, was, they come in peace. This person here is going to say to you, I was wrong. They're trying to take accountability. Five of Swords, Two of Swords, the Seven of Swords is here. So they're going to be telling you a lot of things that that you may not have known of why they left, or why they cut you out, or why that they went a different direction. And mainly this different direction here is that they ran. Chariot could be dealing with a Cancer. This person here has been stuck on you. No matter how far that they ran from you, you were always on their mind. And so this is something here consistently that they felt bad about. You deserve an apology. So they're trying to take some kind of actions in doing so, but you are questioning if this person here is going to be consistent about it, or, let's see what the advice spirit has for you, collective, dealing with this. Ooh, the Emperor, Aries energy. Well, look at that. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. Okay. And some of you, it's like, really? The time's clicking here, but someone here is, the choice ultimately is yours, collective. As it always is. The choice is going to be yours. But trust your intuition. Look at this combined with the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. If something feels off, you're allowed to ask questions. But if the answers even feel off to you, Spirit's saying you got to trust it. There are secrets that this individual here has not been honest about, and those are what's going to be coming at play. All right, but they are taking accountability and they are offering an apology here. All right, doesn't mean you necessarily need to keep them in your life. Let's see what your lucky numbers are. Ooh, this feels like definitely all these twos. I do want to bring up that the witness is absolutely here amplified, which means the two of you mirror one another. Some of you would consider this your twin flame if this is romantic, but it doesn't have to be romantic. All right. But you have a 4. The keeper is here, and this is about maintaining a foundation. Now, this person here is going through a tower moment, so they don't have quite a foundation. They're rebuilding. They're wanting to rebuild with you. For a lot of you, you've rebuilt on your own. So some of you are not open to this because this parting ways had to go. You see how you're going 2 different directions, but it's also now that you're open to receive, the separation has allowed some space for you guys to receive. And so that's why this is coming in place here. But the keeper's in place here to remember to maintain oneself and what you have built. All right. That's what I got here. Again, thank you all for showing up. More content over at Harmonia Friends Community. You can join through my website, which is the highest tier, or you can do the YouTube Premier memberships, which are just the readings. We do have new content dropping out for the air signs tomorrow. So make sure you look out for that, members. All right. You guys take care. Have a good night. Thanks again, Debbie and Star and Mitzi, for showing up for the moderation. I appreciate it. Take care.